Have there ever been any bits that you wrote that were too racy for TV, and they told me that you don't have to worry about your language or anything? So.
Max.
Too racy.
I think it's hard to too racy, it won't get written, really.
Yeah. It'll get killed before.
All right. How about just too crazy?
Frank?
Too funny?
No, things get killed because they're not funny. That's sort of the only reason.
That's not true. There are things that are really funny and are very production heavy that like you get sent off like, yeah, write that. That generally seems good. And then when you're writing it, you and that other person really share this magical bond where you feel like, let's just write this and see what happens. And very times, the only reason I pointed at Frank is because he infamously wrote this very production heavy thing that sort of didn't get on, but that is what will happen.
I believe it involved getting Van Halen on the moon.
No. Van Halen.
That's not what happened.
No, there was Van Halen on the moon, and then Stephen was rescuing animals and kids from a burning building.
But he had to really do
like
that.
an actual burning building.
But we've had stuff like that where we've all been like, oh, we can't write this, it'll never happen. But then we have done a bit on the show where there was a tiny Stephen Colbert living in Dennis Kucinich's pocket. And that made it somehow. So it's really hard to tell what is or isn't too production heavy.
And that's why you write those things. That's why you write it, because you're like, if you figure it out, we usually have more material than we need. And you might as well just sort of, shoot for the best.
We also have an amazing prop guy.
We have an amazing prop guy and graphics team, and the
Amazing
crew
director.
is so great that it's like, let's maybe they can do it. Let's see.
Also, I think the Panther thing was Jeff Goldblum as a panther.
Well, he can do that.
A hybrid.
He's that good an actor.
He has that costume at home.
Well, in the end, who decides which segments get on and which don't?
Ultimately, Stephen.
Yeah.
He is the executive producer. Some of those decisions get made, preemptively. Like our co-executive producers, Rich Dahm and Tom Purcell, may decide that something is simply not worth pursuing beyond an early stage. But if something gets written and fleshed out and makes it down the line a little bit, it's Stephen who's doing the picking and choosing.